Black Hebrews feel that by reclaiming their Israelite identity, they have also recovered an important part of their ancestral lineage. They hold to the conviction that their Hebrewness is directly traceable to their African forebears of Israelite extraction who were brought to this country during slavery. They are cognizant and proud of their non-Hebrew African heritages, but like many other people with mixed backgrounds, they opt to give certain of their forefathers a more pronounced place in their identity. It says this: black Israelite groups in America are decentralized and varied in ideology. Unlike white Orthodox Jews, black Hebrews reject the Talmud, a collection of commentaries, as being on a par with the Bible, and so they do not conform to rabbinical judgments which emphasize the need of conversion to Talmudism in order to be considered truly Jewish. Exactly, because the Talmud does not match up with the Bible. All right, it has nothing to do with the Bible. It doesn't match up like the article annotated. Now, I'm gonna read about the African Hebrew Israelites in Jerusalem, headed by Ben Ami, but there also are other different groups that needed to be read about that are annotated on this timeline. This is 1923. It says Enril Ben Newman founded the congregation of the Moorish Zionist Temple. In 1927, Arnold Josiah Ford of the Moorish Zionist Temple, he and a small group of black Jews went to Ethiopia, where they participated in the coronation of Emperor Haile Selassie, created a school, and acquired 800 acres of land for the purpose of uniting black Jews of the diaspora slave trade with the blacks in Ethiopia. In 1960, Ibra Ben Yamyan, also known as Abba Bivens, founded the, and this is Abba Bivens right here. That's Abba Bivens right here. Just a picture of Abba Bivens. All right. That's the man Abba Bivens right here. It says this. So like it says this. It says Abba Bivens founded the Israeli School of Torah. He was initially taught he was an Israelite by an ex-slave some decades earlier in the South. Bivens believed in the Black Christ and of the New Testament, and on his way to New York had visited many Native American Indian reservations and came to the scriptural conclusion they were Israelites as well. He then came to New York and joined the Commandment Keepers under Matthews, but left due to religious differences about the New Testament and founded the Israeli School. And this is going to Ben Ami right here, Ben Ami Carter, who's still alive, and you can look up and Google information about him and his movement and talk to young brothers and sisters who actually lived there or used to live there. In 1963, Benjamin Carter, aka Ben Ami, led 300 Israelites from Chicago to Liberia and then to Dimona, Israel. He attempted to deliver his group during the turbulent times of the Web, it might mean to say, of the civil rights movement, but soon discovered that oppression and racism followed him to Dimona. Ain't that something? This is a picture of Ben Ami Carter. Alright, that's a picture of Ben Ami right there. Who's still alive today. You can watch videos on him. You can go to YouTube, type in his name, watch a video on him. Alright. It says this. Due to economic and racism, they lack the medical and dental capabilities to properly take care of themselves, so agreed to support the Jewish Israeli state military, allowing their young men to fight against the Palestinians in exchange for much needed supplies for their camp and much desired citizenship. All right, this is in 1968. Matter of fact, we're going to finish reading about Ben Ami's group. Alright, it says this. Ben Ami ben Israel established the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem and Chicago in 1966. In 1969, after a sojourn in Liberia, Ben Ami and about 30 Hebrew Israelites moved to Israel. Over the next 20 years, nearly 600 more members left the United States for Israel. As of 2006, about 2,500 Hebrew Israelites live in Dimona and two other towns in the Negev region of Israel, where they are widely referred to as Black Hebrews. In addition, there are Hebrew Israelite communities in several major American cities, including Chicago, St. Louis, and Washington, D.C. Black Hebrews believe they are descendant from members of the tribe of Judah who were exiled from the land after the Romans destroyed the Second Temple in 70 AD. The group incorporates elements of African American culture into their interpretation of the Bible, and they do not recognize rabbinical Jewish interpretations such as the Talmud. And I told you that because it's not the Bible, man. We got the Bible. What we need the Talmud for? Some Jewish Edomite commentaries. All right, it says this. The Black Hebrews observe the Sabbath and biblically ordained Jewish holidays such as Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement, and Passover. And we observe also, to the best of our abilities, all of the holidays listed in the scriptures. All right. It says this: men wear the tzitzit on their African print shirts. I believe that's the scarf, the white scarf with the blue stripes, if I'm not mistaken. Women follow the biblical laws concerning menstruation, and newborn boys are circumcised. Accordance with their interpretations of the Bible, the Black Hebrews follow a strictly vegan diet and wear only natural fabrics. Most men have more than one wife, and birth control is not permitted. Now, let's go to the scriptures real quick, because they said they keep a vegan diet, but for those that are not vegan, there's nothing wrong with eating meat. This is Deuteronomy 14 and 3. It says this: thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the hart, the roebuck, the fallow deer, the wild goat, and the pygarg, the wild ox, and the comoys, and every beast that parteth the hoof and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among beasts, they ye shall eat. All right, so if you're not vegan, you know, you're not going off. If you want to become a Hebrew Israelite, you don't have to be vegan. All right, also, let's go to 1 Timothy 4:1 real quick. It says this, it says, now that the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, forbidding to marry, and commanding to abstain from meats, which God hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. Now, the words from our forefather Paul were pretty harsh. You know, I'm not saying, and I mean rightfully so, because you have those men that teach those sort of things. Usually they teaching some other madness, all right, that's even worse than just eating meats or not eating meats, okay? But the point being, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats. All right, that's not. All right, you might not have a malicious or intent in teaching that, but the point of me bringing the scriptures to show you, if you want to be a Hebrew Israelite and realize that you're a son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we have no such custom where eating meat is prohibited. All right, that's not one of the customs of the Hebrew Israelites. All right, and it talked about they don't mix fabrics. I'm gonna read the law on that. This is Leviticus 19 and 19.